Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of quickmail.com.
And this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salespread.com.
.com. How's it going, Jack, today?
It is good. What are we jamming on today, Jeremy?
Well, look, Jack, we're strong on personalization. We were talking about like this will cost you automatically with a spam filter. Everything dear something will cost you. But what happens if I only have to work with a list of emails? I don't have the name. I don't have nothing except just the email. Should I just trash the list?
Yeah.
Can I still salvage it? Can I still do something? Should I just like blast and say, hi there? That's what we're going to talk about like today. Can you actually get some value out of this list, or should you trash it? And let's just have a conversation, and then let's see what we do with this.
No, this is good. This is I'm gonna say a conversation on enrichment. Let's see where it leaves us. Can we start with just emails? I love it. And send very personalized, not dear sir / madam cold emails. That's right. We're gonna go into it. I've got actually a couple hacks when this happens to happen, and I'll tell you about a case study that this happened to me actually sort of recently. Nice. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, because today most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn cold prospects that don't know you into warm sales qualified leads that want to talk to you about your offer. So that's why at salespread.com, we're going to bring you one lead a day, Monday through Friday, by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about copywriting, prospecting, outreach strategy, personalization, follow-ups, and everything in between. If you're good at closing and you just need to fill your pipeline with great leads, head over to salespread.com and let's have a conversation about making you some deals and money.
Yeah, and you should definitely take him on his offer. And if you actually prefer to do it yourself and have the system all internal, you could simply go ahead to quickmail.com and use all my amazing, super robust, no drama platform that just works with great support. So head over to quickmail.io for one of the best cold outreach tool on the market right now. And you should try it. Yes.
Yeah, you should try it. It's wonderful. And I'm ready to rock and roll. If you want to put 10 minutes on the clock, we'll start figuring
10
out
minutes.
10 minutes, short and sweet.
Do you think we need that much for answering this one?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we will, because we've never arrived at the 2-minute mark saying, yeah, that's about it. Let's see if this is the first. Now, there's definitely something here. So imagine this use case, Jeremy. A client came to me with like an urgent email and was like, oh my God, our competitor just closed their business today. And my colleague went through some shady thing. I don't know where he got this list, but it's a list of all their customers. I mean, I kind of know where he got it.
About like, hey, this is a broker. I just bought a list from someone else. All I have is their email. That's happened so often. Hey, I got 40,000 million. I got 40 million emails. Can I use your software? Yes,
that's right. So that's a good point. So I think if you're in this scenario where you've just got a big CSV file, bunch of emails, and that's it, first check, kind of go back to your data provider and be like, can you maybe do a better job of this? And they're going to say, no, I can't. And time is of the essence. Let's go. So what can you do? Right.
Well, you kind of almost said it, right? Enrichment. There's probably like some tools that will just take the email and figure out who it is. That's for sure.
There is. So Jeremy, here's my first question. It's like, all right, we do have a list of emails. What is our confidence score that this is actually a good list? Because we should be a little wary when we just get column A email and that's it. Frankly, that's my first thought. So, like, check, where did it come from? Because if that's your only data point, you better make sure that they are really from somewhere that cares about the message you're going to send them.
Yeah, I'm thinking, so that's a great point. And if you can't really sort of enrich it, I'm thinking like, hey, it's not because you got a 40 million emails that you have to send 40 millions. You could still send, a couple of hundred and then see what's going on, right? It's not like if I have a big list, I have to use it all before knowing. No, you could just send like 200 emails, figuring out hey, is that actually working or is it like complete
Yeah.
trash? Right. That's
Okay.
the first thing I would think.
All right. And now I'm smiling because now I'm going to tell you my hack that will allow me to start the enrichment for free. It's kind of fun. Okay. So the first thing I do, and you'll probably agree with this, get rid of your Gmails and Hotmails and Yahoo.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I got it on my
want...
list right here. It says like,
There you
okay,
go.
Gmail and Hotmail and Yahoo, forget.
Yeah.
It's private.
And
You don't want
that's
that.
right. You're going into deliverability hell if you keep them on your list, right? So what do you do next? Now you're left with domains. And before you thinking about enriching it with a tool, spending money on this and that, I want to know the first name of the person. Like that would be really nice to have a greeting in my email where it says Jeremy, comma, and then I get on with it. But how do you do that with just emails? There's a couple ways, but my favorite was this. I Googled list of all first names, and there's like a data set with something, what is it, like 8,000 English first names, and I downloaded it and I put it in another spreadsheet, and I just did this like regex formula, and I said, if a first name appears in the front part of this email address, you can separate before the at, it'll spit out
all the
the
dots,
first name, but
Jack.Reamer at
yeah,
whatever,
or it doesn't
right?
matter. It doesn't, like, having the list of first names, Jack will be on that and it'll be like an exact match. The only thing I did different was I prioritized the longest names first, right? So if it was
nice, clever.
I ran into an issue where there was
like
a first name within a longer name. Thank you, Jeremy. I'll take it, but I don't deserve it. And then it worked for about like maybe 60% of my list. It was pretty cool. Now I have first
awesome.
names.
It's a great hack. Hey, you could also look at, I think you mentioned it a long time ago. I don't know if it's still valid, but it's like, have I been pwned or something like that? Just
okay, keep going. What is this? Tell us about it, because there's something
it's
here.
a database of everyone who's been hacked. And so like, at some point, like LinkedIn's been hacked. And so your data has been leaked. Chances are, like, if you're like me, staying 10 years with the same business, you may find me in one of those databases, right? So that could be one thing. And I have been pwned, I think, has a API for everyone. You can't actually figure out the name because it's maybe first letter of the first name and then the last name. That could actually be a pretty, interesting thing to try. So, Jack first because it's awesome. And you're left with some stuff, right? So try it out.
That's right. And as you're listening, just be aware that you could probably stop here and make use of like 40% of your domains, right? By the way, I think both of us probably should have said verify that list, so it'll probably get rid of a portion, but we're assuming it's valid. I have one other kind of like fun way to get people's names, even if they're just last name at. So imagine this, Jeremy. We need to start making use of the URL provided in the email address at this point. So now I'm going to enrich the company name. And personally, I like Apollo for their company enrichment, but I've also used
keep on
Uplead.
advertising them on the cast. I mean, we're going to have to have a discussion together because they're not that good.
No, but look, here's the thing, Jeremy. It's like, I think they have done the hard work of scraping LinkedIn. So you could use it as a first step. And it's like, everybody can afford it, whatever. So you enrich the domain itself so that you can match now, like, I want a company name. So I also want a LinkedIn URL. And so the LinkedIn URL is like getting to the fun part now, where imagine you've got a LinkedIn URL. Okay. So this is only if you're targeting small companies. If you're targeting companies with a bunch of employees, this will not work. I repeat, it won't work. But if you're going after the 1 to 20 kind of range, I'll just tell you what I did. I went on SalesNav and I downloaded every employee at these companies and I put them in a giant list. Okay. Still with me? What I then did was I checked to see if the last name and the company appeared in the person's like email pattern. And then I started mapping the LinkedIn URLs for the folks that came in. So now we're starting to get closer to the 80% range where you can see first name, and company, and now even job title with a lot of these folks. And notice that just kind of required a little bit of enrichment, a lot of LinkedIn scraping, and you're kind of, are we there? Is that like, we kind of know these people almost? We kind of know where they're from, where they work, what their name is.
Hey, one thing I will do before I actually do all those things, even before, verifying the email and stuff like that, I would actually just look at the domain and cross-reference it with our list of clients. Because it could be that we have, I don't know, John at company A, but we already have Sarah at company A as our client. It'd be like stupid to reach out to them. So I'll definitely like clean up, a whole bunch of things that way.
Like removing rows of the same company, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's a good idea. So I think at this point you're ready to work with the list, but it feels like there's a process where you're not going to just want to, okay, let's go to the moon with this list and send them all in one go, right? You may chunk it.
Like I said, after you've done like already the selection of first name, you should already have a certain list. Try this list first. It's just like simple as that. Yeah, is it? And if you're getting great results, maybe there's some, interest in investing more time on this list. But if it is not a good list, why would you spend time on it?
So there's other tools that, this is my point. I'm so happy we're ending on this. So notice, Jeremy,
I have points too.
Like, hold on. No, I just like mentally, like this is what I was trying to get at. So we saw that we did a first pass, downloaded a big list of first names, and that got like a good chunk, 40% of it. Then we did that like LinkedIn scrape, and we got another chunk, maybe another 30%. So now this is like my favorite part is now we have kind of, in a scrappy way, we haven't really paid a lot to get 70% of the list identified. For the remaining 30% of the list, Jeremy, I'll go to who is that? Oh, Clearbit, right? Clearbit.
I got it just writing here.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, good. So you go to Clearbit and you say, all right, I'm willing to pay you 10 cents a row. Just do it for me. And they'll take care of the hard work for you. That's so nice. You can see the name, job title, all the stuff you need. That's as opposed to like giving them a list of 10,000. Now you give them a list of 2,000. If, money's no object, forget I said it.
I was close to your one actually, but for a different angle. So I would say actually, they have also something where you upload all the emails and it will get you like a sort of like report as to, what's the industry, what is whatever. So that could
You're
be
referring
also
to Clearbit Batch. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. And that could effectively be your radar to figure out how far it is from your actual core audience. Because if, for example, you're selling to small companies only or big companies only, whatever it is, and then the report actually come up with this list and it's really different from your ICP, which is like ideal customer profile, maybe that list is not good. So that could be like, even before you invest any time on it, just run it through that, get the results, and then see like how far away we are with this. So that's one of the things I would think.
I love that. All right, Jeremy for president. Hey. Thank you.
Jack Prime Minister. But
thank you.
It's pretty cool that I personally wasn't expecting we'll come up with like so many things at the beginning of the cast. And it's like, man, now I'm thinking like if someone comes in and say, hey, I got 40 million emails. Now I will send them to this cast and I will say, yes, it's workable, but you have to do the work. And here is the cast. It will give you like a lot of great ideas on how to work with nameless lists. So there is really zero excuse for not doing personalization.
Yeah.
And if you know some people who just want to work with big lists, send them to this cast because I think they'll love it and they will be grateful for it.
And if that's the case, let me just make an addendum here. We're not going to edit this to the top, but the order I think, at least in the beginning, is remove Hotmail, Gmail, etc. Then pass it through email verifier.
No. First click on batch, right? To verify the list. Then the email stuff.
Great point. Okay, then yes.
Because you don't want to pay for nothing, right? I mean,
good idea.
Yeah.
Just make sure those three things. Start with the first one, then ordered by long. You got it.
Yeah, all listener got it. I think they're there. So, but if they didn't, or if they want to know more, what should they do next?
Go to course.quickmail.io. That is this podcast, but in masterclass format, meaning you join us and we have a very structured approach to teaching you everything about cold email, so that even if you're kind of new to the cast, you've done it a little bit, we're going to hold your hand from teaching you the right mindset, how to do sales prospecting like a high-paid agency would on your behalf, how to write copy that won't get ignored time and time again, and everything in between, so that you can go from zero to hero in the cold email world. That's course.quickmail.io. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The only thing you have to lose is, I guess, a little bit of time learning about cold email, but I highly recommend it. Jeremy and
Still a great investment, so I don't really think it's losing it.
All right, Jeremy, with that, I thank you as always. Supercast. Catch you next time.
Thanks for jamming with me, Jack. I love it.
Always. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.